Hi, Joe.
Patrick, hello.
Hi, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's another one of those times where we're going to be doing a behind the scenes look at what's going on at the JQCshow headquarters.
Yeah, where you little kitties get to actually see what it's like to run this machine. Joe,
Well,
why are you wearing that god-awful piece of awful hat?
this hat here, Patrick, you mean this terrible hat that wham! Look at this one.
So
Huzzah!
much better.
Ah! After years of searching, I have gotten rid of this crappy hat. Eh! Ooh,
Goodbye.
it hit my fan. All right, and I have this wonderful hat that I won't take off because my hair is very messy, but this hat is lovely. Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
so nice. It is
Actually
so
I
nice.
mean like I will tell you that the quality of the hat is just perfect.
Have you been
The
wearing it in your
I
personal
have.
life?
Yes, absolutely. As soon as it came in, I was like, I opened up the box that it came in, and I was like, this is great. The quality's there. It has the exact brim that I was looking for. It lets me breathe a little bit. It's adjustable. I mean, like, this is a totally like it sounds like I'm shilling it, but I actually do love this hat.
I mean, you are shilling it, but also it's a fucking great hat. Like,
So
I'm super jealous that you get to have like your name or brand on your hat right now. That's awesome.
I will see if we can get them sent out to the staff because we have and we have a humongous staff. We have Patrick, we have Sam, we have Joe Keepro, like and me, Joe. Like there's two Joes, of course. Like
Yes.
why wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
But
Why
like
wouldn't you make it harder on yourself?
I know, right? Yeah. So like it's been, I guess since the last meeting, the
It's
merch
been a
update.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been about a month since we did our last behind the scenes. The last time we were just doing the prototyping for the merchandise store. Patreon was just kicking off. Now it's up and running, looking very clean and pretty. And
Some very
we
nice like logos in that subcompact, compact, and like crossover SUV, the
and
supercar.
we got all those wonderful rewards for each tier. And we just had a team meeting, before recording. And let me tell you, there's already more stuff potentially coming down the line. We're spitballing some ideas. Eventually, we might chuck them out to you guys and see what you think. But ultimately, for right now, we think everything's good, running smooth, and we also hinted at a potential fanny pack. We're gonna get to that in a little bit.
If you're listening to this, go put a comment here and let us know what you're thinking, or give us your ideas because we're trying to make a community here.
Yes.
And that's it. Like this is a two-way street. Like I want these interview shows to be absolutely marvelous. I want people to step away from them and be like, wow, I actually got something out of that. And I want there to be value to the things we're making. And when people go to Patreon, I want that to be valuable too. So we have the reaction time after show with Patrick and I, where we talk about these episodes afterwards. And I feel like they're adding even more context.
What did
to
you
these
say
interviews.
after this most recent one that we recorded after the Christina Kwan reaction time? You told me every time I do this, I feel more energized and I'm wide awake and I'm amped.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. And it's because there's so many like exciting conversations happening. But so like that's the thing. If you have ideas, if you have suggestions, throw a comment down there in YouTube land because I really am, obviously I'm reading every one of them right now because we're very small. So like it's very easy. But I really want to grow this and I'm trying to experiment with ideas and yeah, so that's my plea for things because there's some really good stuff coming down the line. I want to be able to keep doing this. But yeah, so besides having merch and having like a heartfelt ask, like please comment, like, subscribe, like what else we got going on, Patrick?
So we're going to introduce the team. We have a couple people that have been really working their butts off for the Joe Q Car Show over the last few, probably months now.
Yeah.
And we figured you should meet them, say hi, bring them into the community. And more importantly, they're coming in with great additions. They're also keeping us kind of in check, which is nice. And the best part is, they want to make this big. And so first off, we have your relative, Joe Capriotti. How do you say his last name?
Okay, so my last name is Cariotti,
Cariotti. Yeah,
but
Gorotti.
his last name is Keepero.
Ah, okay. And he jumped in on the editing side early on. He's the one that made those beautiful red and black intro graphics, and our base template really gave us the theme to really start going. And then Sam handles our social media, all that kind of stuff. She's giving us a great bit of information on how to direct reaching out to you guys, and more importantly, how to make sure that we're getting the best out of the content that we're sending out right now.
It's exciting because we all have our specialties, and then obviously Patrick, it's really interesting your role. Like originally you were doing just video edits, and I'm like, hey, this is a machine. You need to. I give you the videos and you chop them up. But now it's like, Patrick, you're making some really amazing like suggestions with creative content when it comes to copy on the ads that we're putting out. When it comes
Oh
to
man, guys, these ads. So real quick.
we had a whole review of them.
Yeah, so we had a little viewing party, and there were about, I want to say 8 or 9 of them, and ranging in design cues and stuff like that. They're good. Like
They're
we'll tease
coming along.
them. We'll tease them as they start to come out. But it seems like these are, and I'm sorry you can't see it right now because we're talking about stuff you can't see. Sorry, but we're really excited. There is very little laziness in this group right now, and it is showing.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm so just excited that I have a group of people that are motivated to see this thing grow, and I'm hoping that we can grow. And that's the stage we're in. Like we kind of have all the other stuff set up right now, and now we're just sitting here like, okay, now how do we make people know that we exist? What do we do to spread the word? How do we connect with other YouTubers, podcasters, people writing articles?
Right.
And that's the hard part, to kind of really get the ball rolling here. I feel like getting the first 1,000 subscribers is going to be a struggle. And once we can start getting some momentum, that's going to help a lot. So, but right now it's just the dog days of summer trying to get this.
It is a grind. It is a grind.
It is a grind. It is a grind. But it's exciting, but it is a grind. So
how is it now? We talked about it in the last behind the scene. How is it running a team, managing a team, or trying to coordinate even with a team?
So like I actually, so it's funny because dealing in my normal life, I deal with software and hardware teams, which consists of mostly engineers, and you say the task and then they ask a couple questions and they go and come back with stuff. And in this, it's a way different environment, because I feel like like everybody's doing something specifically like with my face on it. And so like it's like a way different thing, because my face is on this thing and people are asking me questions that are like, do you like this? And it's like, yeah, I like that, but I don't know if it's the best. Like I want it to be the best for marketing purposes and for sharing and for the show's image. So like but also I want it to be me. So it's like trying to find that balance is interesting.
Do you feel like you've gotten better at expressing the kinds of changes you want to see in stuff?
I feel like that's a question I should ask you. Like, do you feel like we're progressing as a team? Am I being a good enough person to explain the needs of what we are doing to go forward? I feel like I could be better at defining goals. And also being more structured with the goals. Like I honestly feel like if I could just come and say, okay, this week we're overhauling the Instagram, and that's what we're doing. And I feel like that's kind of the next step here. But I don't feel like I would be able to be at this point without having so many great people. Like, I have 3 other people helping me try to build this right now, which is a freaking luxury. Like it's truly an amazing thing. But also I'm not good at this stuff, so I relying on you guys. Right. So it's a two-way street. And that's the thing, like the team here that we have assembled, everybody has their own specialties, and we're all kind of putting them together and hoping that the mix uh, ends up being something worthwhile for everyone.
Nice.
I don't know. Am I
Well,
doing better? Are you? Do you feel better, Patrick?
so
Like, that's the question.
because I'm no longer necessarily in a very creative role outside of some of the stuff that I do, I don't know how you're communicating with your artists, with the people that are generating the graphics. So I don't know. Um, Task wise, like every week's a little bit better. Every week, there's more structure. There's more actually intended tasks. And I think with these meetings, at the very least, each one of us walks away knowing that by next week we should at least have worked on something or thought about something, or come back with new materials.
Yeah, it's like
So
I can't ask that much because I'm not paying you guys so much. So like, I don't want to be like, hey, like give me 40 hours to work right now. It's just like if you could think about this and then like come up with like a way, like maybe
go
you saw
go
some.
take a walk around the block and let me know if something conjures itself.
Yeah, like some just feeling
Percolate
comes
on
over
it.
you.
Yeah.
Just
I
really
mean,
noodle on it.
because like we're all happy to do it. A lot of us are still learning because I mean, I have not done much in the production line outside of, stage production and audio engineering and stuff like that. So this is a little bit new for me. I've been a manager and administrator for businesses, but not in a creative content world, not in a social media world outside of, some
You know the
basic
but
tags and such.
that's the interesting thing, like, and this is why I like doing the interviews that we've already done. I've taken away like lessons from all these interviews. Like the a couple that stick with me is with Christina, with Kwin. Like,
Hmm.
her interview just came out last week. If you haven't watched it and you're watching this, I don't know
Get
why, but
in
just
there, watch it,
jeez,
and then
that
go
was the
watch the
quickest.
reaction time
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah,
because
go
there's an
to.
extra story.
It's a good story.
It
It
is a
might
great
be
story.
about
Oh my god.
drugs. Who knows? But but yeah, her thing was like, stop saying yes to
Mhm.
things. And also, like, I actually got a text from a fan that was like, I really loved that Christina interview, and she said that, what a go-getter, like, so many good life lessons. Do what you love, hire the rest. Like, that was like one of
Mhm.
Christina's like takeaways, and I'm like, right. Like, I get that now. Like, this
Yeah,
it's a lot.
seeing it play out, it makes sense. It's at the very least, it's the smart move.
Yeah, well,
Um,
it's I mean, at the
you know
very
what's
least
not the
we're
smart
all
move
learning.
though? You know what's not the smart move? Fanny
Don't
packs. Fanny packs.
no.
It's fanny pack.
No.
Fanny pack.
Oh god.
I want to see it. I haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen. We need to
So
see
it's
this.
okay. If you did listen to the last episode, I was very excited about a fanny pack, but I bought it and then I
I
took it
was
off sale because I wanted to verify the quality. And well, here's the fanny pack.
honestly, for a fanny pack, that's not bad.
Right, but like, okay, so I purposely made the logo crooked, but there was some like, I don't know, like, it
How
just
how
doesn't do it.
how are the zippers? How's the pockets?
So
Like, can you fit
so
your
all
wallet or your phone in
the,
it?
it's fine, right? Like, it's a little bit like, you got different pockets in here, you got a pocket in the back, but the biggest thing is, and you can't tell in this video because my camera's a piece of crap. Please buy merch so then I can get more camera. Anyway, yeah, so like, if you buy a bunch of merch, then I can get a better camera.
Yeah.
And then I can show you how shitty or crappy this fanny pack is. The pack is fine itself. It's actually the print. It almost looks like you stenciled and spray painted on the logo.
Oh, so it's not even like a good silk screen?
It's a good silk screen. I feel like the resolution of the logo was something that I didn't. I like, blowing it up this big is too much.
Yep.
Like, on the hat, it looks great. I mean,
Yeah.
like, even like the little like RPM, like the thing in the queue, it's on the hat, like right here.
The needle, yeah.
Yeah, the needle looks good, but yeah, like, when it's this big, it just doesn't have the
Yeah.
resolution that it needs. And I'm almost ready to like super sample it and upscale it and then try it again, because I really want this fanny pack to work, because I use it.
Weirdly enough, do you know what I would love to see it in is actually a longer pack that's an over the arm backpack. Like, keep it long and cylindrical like that, but it's an over the back backpack.
Well, that's kind
or
of
over
how
the
I
shoulder
use like
backpack, like a
when
sling
I
backpack.
when I use a fanny pack, I use it like a bandolier.
I'm used to
So like,
using camera gear, so you have to be able to swing it around and slide it around you. So like same thing, if I could literally just put the stuff in there and slide it to my back in a single pull, like it's pretty useful.
well, and that's how I use my fanny packs. Like because I use it like when I'm on a run or on a jog or a walk. Like that's when I use my fanny pack because I don't like having stuff in my shorts, right?
Hmm.
Like things jiggling around in my shorts, going all crazy. Like if you want to book it, and you're like
Yeah, no, it's
you
awful. It
got
doesn't
your
work. It
phone
doesn't work.
hanging around, all this stuff jiggling around. Like you don't need that. You got enough jiggling around. You just use this fanny pack, great. So, um,
But failed experiment,
it was a failed
unfortunately.
experiment. The fanny pack quality itself isn't bad. It's actually the logo that's letting it down, and it actually looks better on this crappy camera
It looked
because
like, yeah, the logo looks great. I didn't think that was a problem. I figured it was like the zippers were coming out or the walls were real thin or, you
no,
know.
it's that, and then I really don't like this part right here. It has white right here, like an overspray or something.
Hmm.
But I think that's where I put the logo and kind of like twisted the logo
Is
and
it
then
is
like
it like Gore-Tex or anything, or is it just literally the simplest pack you got?
it's nice. I don't know what it is.
Like
It's weatherproof. I don't know what that means. I can look at this. I can look at this.
reading is hard to do.
You can edit this crappy part
Oh
out,
yeah.
right? Good. Great.
With a
Great.
giant banner that says no, I'm leaving it in.
I don't know anything about that fanny pack, but I know that I might try again later when
Okay.
I have $30 to burn again. So that's where I'm at. But for
Gotcha.
as far as these hats are concerned, like I am so happy with the
Yeah.
way that these turned out. Like they are legit. I'm ready to like
I
this
want
one
them to
came
sell
in.
out, but also give me one first.
But yeah, like so like I'm what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do the white logo also and maybe the black logo because
Mhm.
like I think it could look really cool just like as a textured black thing. But I don't know. We'll see. Um but yeah, so like that's kind of what's going on around here. I I think I've kind of figured out my lighting a lot better, which I'm really happy with. Now we just need to get a decent
You
camera.
just need a camera, friend.
I
I
know,
wish
I
I wish
know.
I had an extra one that I could send you because I
I
would
need to
just
find.
for the sake of it.
Yeah, like I
Craigslist and eBay.
you know what though? Our audio quality has gotten a lot better. I, I'm happy with it, and I know there's other steps we can take,
Mhm.
but we're about as good as we can get. Oh, but Ann, if you're listening to this, there's some upcoming interviews that I like. The one that's coming up next week. I guess I can plug it. I mean, like it's 1 week away, and it's gonna be Mark, the advanced knife bro,
Yeah.
on YouTube, and the interview was amazing. His content is amazing. So like if you're listening to this, there's your little sneak peek of what's coming up. You should go check out his channel. But I'm super excited for that. And there's some other interviews coming up. I don't want to give everything away because there's a list on Patreon for
Mhm.
the higher tiers that actually can see everything. But like I'm pretty excited about Mark the Advanced Knife Bro interview. And I know we're gonna record a reaction time for that, which we'll have to do soon. But yeah, like I'm super stoked. It actually
Shit's
inspired.
happening. Things
Yeah,
things are
like
happening.
it
They're
inspired.
really moving forward.
I bought a knife off of him. Like I was like, dude, this knife is awesome. He's like, yeah, man, do you want it? I'm like, okay. So like I bought stuff off of him, and then Joe,
Yeah.
video editor Joe, was like, man, I was like just looking for a new pocket knife, and he watched a bunch of his content and found the exact one that he wanted, and was like, this is great. So like it's just like he's moving products. I hope they used his Amazon affiliate link.
Right, no kidding.
So
Well, I mean, outside of the big meetings that we've been doing, what else has been going on behind the scenes? Because, we check in at least once a week, but, we're also texting and sending messages out. What's some things that you've learned in the last week? What's some stuff that we're prepping for the actual like infrastructure of JQ
so
Car?
the big stuff is I'm gonna try to do some streaming, some Twitch streaming. And that's going to be coming sooner rather than later. The biggest thing that's holding me back right now is
Shitty camera.
I is well, there is that. Good old Logitech webcam is has gone as far as it can
Seen its
go.
days.
Yeah, but yeah, so like I'm gonna be experimenting with that again, and that was originally the whole show was based on like I was like I'm gonna start Twitch streaming and then put that content on YouTube, and then I started talking to so many interesting people. I'm like, actually, I really like interviewing people. So I'm kind of like coming back around to that. So I think it's going to be like Mondays at like 8 o'clock Eastern
Mhm.
time. So kind of look for that over on Twitter. I'll start promoting that, and then maybe we can do like a super cut and like throw it here on YouTube if it's interesting. But what I'm doing is I joined a race league for the Shift F1 podcast, like their race league, and I'm going to be like training and trying to get better on track. Now the streams aren't going to be like super serious, because like when you're super serious driving, I can't talk
Mhm.
and drive. I'm not good like that. But
Right.
like it's going to be more like me like getting better and getting more acquainted, and maybe doing some settings and changes and just keeping it light and talking to.
I just have to imagine you turning it into like Seinfeld's comedians in cars getting coffee, and you're just like going 15 miles an hour down the track, like having an actual
It
conversation with
might turn
people.
into that, but what I would really love is like if we can get a couple of people on the same like server with me, and we all could just be palling around having a good time. But yeah,
I'm gonna
so
get it just so I can be Racer X and just show up on the track and blow past you.
Racer X. Was that the? Yeah, that's good. You could be Racer X.
Deal.
Nice, Patrick. I feel like this was an okay update. Like the big thing is the chunk the big like streamlining of the main show I think is done. Like
Mhm.
we implemented some stuff behind the scenes on Trello. Like we're using product management tools. We got weekly meetings, so we're like set up to keep going. The big missing ingredient right now is the community, right? Like
Mhm.
if a YouTube algorithm falls in the woods, does anybody hear it? Like I don't know. Like right, like so that's the biggest thing is we're really noodling on how to build community and what to do to make a community happen, or
Yeah, because
maybe
we're
these.
we're having a bunch of fun, and we hope people like this, but simultaneously we would like to keep doing it because it's fun for us. So like
Well, yeah, and
we want
I mean
to
like
make sure it
if
keeps
we.
going.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the direction of the show, so I'm gonna keep going at least for for the foreseeable future. So if you want to be part of this ride, come join us on the Patreon, especially
Yes.
on the Patreon.
Like and
So
subscribe, but please click on that Patreon and
yeah,
come hang out with us and
like,
get some of this extra
comment,
content.
subscribe, ring the notification bell. I am shilling the YouTube stuff because that's what the algorithm demands, and we bow down to the algorithm. Uh, as Patrick has explained to me, bow to the algorithm, bend the knee to the algorithm,
Kiss the ring.
and I will. So fine, algorithm, have it. But also, yeah, the Patreon thing is super important because that shows some direct contributions that actually we could put towards marketing, paying people, and not coming directly out of my savings account. So
Oh, poor Joe.
it's no, not poor me. I'm having a great time, but I can't do it
Oh, well
forever. So
then,
that's the thing.
hooray.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
All
this is
right,
great.
Joe. I think we kind of hit everything we were trying to get into. Do you have any last comments before we get out of here tonight?
No, I mean, as you know, Patrick, I could talk all night. So pretty much
You don't
that's
got to
it.
do that here. In
Yeah,
fact, that's something we did over the last few weeks. We figured out a temporary sign off and then
temporary sign off.
almost completely blew it up earlier tonight in our meeting because we found something better.
Oh yeah, maybe I should move to that other one. But yeah, so like I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. But if you do, please leave it in the comment section. I will keep plugging that because it is so important. I just learned how important it is. Turns out very important. So thanks for that, Patrick. You get a drop in your bucket or
Yay!
whatever like businessy
Tossed a
term. But
coin to my Witcher.
yes, I will toss a coin to Patrick, the YouTube algorithm witcher.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in a month.